My name is Nancy. I'm a stay-at-home wife in my 5th year of marriage. The relationship with my husband is far from good. It was fine when we just got married. I guess that's to be expected. For our first anniversary, we enjoyed a dinner date at a hotel with a sea view. For the 2nd year, he booked a fancy restaurant. I was excited about what surprise the 3rd year would bring, only to end it eating my homemade food. Last year, the 4th, we didn't celebrate at all. And now, the 5th year. At this rate, we won't celebrate this year either, and we'll end up with no memories as a couple. Thinking this, I reserved dinner at a hotel. However, on the day, my husband called to say, what a hassle. Canceled the dinner. It would have been nice if he had some work or at least apologized, but no such words came from him. In fact, he doesn't even try to spend time with me anymore. Could it be? The word affair comes to mind. It's not uncommon, right? Like in YouTube videos, where the husband has a lover. So, him becoming colder could be similar? I met Tom, my husband, at a cafe I used to frequent when I was single. I loved spending my weekends at the cafe, reading a book while sipping coffee in my favorite seat. That's when he approached me. We see each other here often, don't we? He shone in the light when he said that. Yes, we do. Am I interrupting your reading? No, what is it? I've seen you here a lot and thought you were beautiful. I was hoping you could keep me company for a bit. Charmed by his gentlemanly manner, I agreed to sit with him. Without making any promises, we started to meet around the same time and talk, and before I knew it, he had made a place for himself in my heart. After a while, he asked about my parents' jobs. My father is a business owner. Running a business is tough. Which company is it? When I told him the name, his expression changed. Our relationship deepened quickly, and in less than 6 months, he proposed. It was like a scene from a drama, and I was over the moon. I was drawn to his kindness and accepted his proposal. The wedding was grand. And so began our life as a couple. But the kind man changed within a year. Hey, coffee! Can you make it yourself? I'm busy right now. What? You can't even make coffee when I want it? I'm really busy right now. Am I not more important than whatever you're doing? Still, I found his selfishness endearing. He can't do anything without me. Little did I know that thinking this way would only encourage him. I listened to all his whims, and he started to take it for granted, saying and doing whatever he wanted. Hey, food! He would get angry if dinner wasn't ready immediately when he came home from work. Just wait, I'm making it now. What do you mean? You knew I was coming home, so why isn't it ready? The prep is done, it just needs to be cooked. You should have timed it to be ready when you knew I was coming home. You're home all day, why can't you manage that? Well, I wanted to serve you something warm. That's why I thought it's better to start cooking once I see you. Don't talk back to me. Without me, you wouldn't even be able to live. Indeed, as a stay-at-home wife, I am supported by my husband. But that's what marriage is. Besides, without me, my husband wouldn't be where he is today. Right after we got married, my father suggested he'd be better off working in a larger company than staying in a small business. Without any objection, he followed my father's advice and transferred to my father's company. And as my husband, he was promoted quickly upon joining and is now a manager. Without being my husband, he wouldn't have achieved his current status. However, he doesn't understand that at all. He thinks it's all due to his own efforts. You have it easy, staying home all day, just guarding the house. Such a stupid wife, too dumb, it's infuriating. He calls me stupid. He doesn't realize it's all because I never say anything. Another year has passed, and it was our 3rd anniversary. He said, huh? Go out? Why would I bother with that? Maybe with another woman, But why would I go with my wife? That's neither fun nor interesting. Because of that, I went all out with the cooking more than usual, bought some fireworks, and prepared to enjoy them together in the yard. But I ended up doing the fireworks alone, while he, as usual, watched TV after dinner. Hey, it's our anniversary. Why bother with that? What a flavorless anniversary it became. And so, conversations with my husband ceased, and he returned home later. Naturally, the business trips that were just excuses for staying out increased, as he focused all his efforts on deceiving me. Desperate to return our relationship to what it once was, I booked a dinner at the hotel where we spent our first night together, hoping that reminiscing there would jog his memory. I believed in this reservation, yet he wants it cancelled because it's troublesome? Got it, the dinner is cancelled. He stressed over the phone. Why? Why? Because I don't want to go. Or if you want to go by yourself, that's fine by me. Enjoy your lonely dinner at the hotel. You'll look like such a sad woman. Well, it's not like I'm heartbroken, so that would be tough. Then just cancel it without saying anything. It's obviously cheating. That's what I thought. He's getting cocky, but he's definitely betraying me. Fine, if that's how it's gonna be, I've got plans too. Thinking this, I responded to my husband. All right. I'll call them. That's right. Just obey like that. You can't live without me, you useless woman. And I won't be home for the next 2 to 3 days. What? What's that about? I've got a business trip. It came up suddenly. What about your change of clothes? I'll manage. Bye. He sounded happy about the business trip. After hanging up, I murmured while looking at the phone screen. I'll cancel that too. Having canceled the dinner reservation, I canceled everything. 3 days later, my husband, who hadn't come home and was wearing a freshly laundered shirt, returned. Oh, welcome back. You're wearing such a clean shirt after a 3-day business trip. Hey! Why is the high-rise condo canceled? High-rise condo? Yeah, you said we should move to a high-rise to change things up. Oh, that one. The high-rise condo was something I thought of moving to, hoping it might change our deteriorating relationship, given it's been 5 years since we got married. I had my dad buy it for us. It was almost ours, though the contract wasn't fully completed. That's what you meant. You told me to cancel it. I didn't say to cancel the high-rise. Oh, you said to cancel, so I thought you meant the high-rise too. Why would you think that? We were even picking out furniture. I was the one picking it out. You never seemed interested in going furniture shopping with me. That's because I left it all to you. Anyway, the contract should have been finalized. Too bad. It wasn't completely finalized. Dad's been too busy, and it couldn't be completed just yet. We were supposed to finalize it next week, but now there's no need, right? Why is there no need? Because I canceled it. It was a great high-rise. Still, you figured out it was canceled? Dad made the cancellation call, so there's no way you, not being the contract holder, would get notified. It's obvious if you go see it. Go see? Yeah, I was curious what it was like. Then the real estate agent said it was canceled, so I couldn't see it. Well, if it's canceled, of course, you can't view it. But why did you go? Because I wanted to see what kind of place it was. You know, since I had some time during the business trip? Even though you were on a business trip for these 3 days? I just happened to have some time. So I thought, why not check out the room? You've been there multiple times before? And you, who wouldn't even go see furniture, went to see it. What? I wanted to see it, too. Is that so wrong? I don't think it's bad at all. Anyway, when I went there, the real estate agent told me it was canceled. I was looking forward to living in that high rise, What are you gonna do about it? What am I gonna do? You're not a child. If you like that high-rise so much, why don't you just buy it yourself? My dad was the one purchasing it, not you. I get that, but if you really wanted to live there, you should have shown some enthusiasm, like going to see the furniture or something. Where was that excitement? It's weird to leave everything to me and do nothing, right? A man doing such things? You can't do such things, but you go see the high-rise without your wife? What a story. I couldn't help it. I wanted to go. If you couldn't express your excitement because of your male pride, then why admit to me you went because it was cancelled? Complaining about it being cancelled seems more damaging to your pride, doesn't it? That's different. Really, how so? You're wearing such a clean shirt. Dress shirts and high-rises are different. Wow, really? Seems the same to me. You're the weird one. Is that so? Can you move? I need to make dinner. Dinner should be the least of your worries. Call your father right now and get the high-rise cancellation undone. That's not for you to demand. Enough already. So, you won't listen to me? No, I won't. Why should I listen to someone who can't even bother with our anniversary? What did you say? There must be more. Oh, is there something else? Something you want to say to me? To you? Sure, I have lots. Like, where have you been these 3 days? Or why is your shirt so clean? Going on a business trip for 3 days without even taking a change of clothes. Was it really a business trip? Not about the business trip. Oh dear, yelling when you're about to lose, huh? It was a vacation. A vacation? Yes, a vacation. Why did you cancel that too? Because you said to cancel it. I never said to cancel the vacation. Hey, do you know why I chose that hotel for our anniversary? That hotel? That hotel is where we spent our first night together. It's a place full of memories, and I thought maybe it would help us get back on track. What? That's silly. Right, it must seem silly to you. That's why I canceled the vacation too. What do you mean? The vacation was also meant to mend our frosty relationship. I thought if we went on a trip together, maybe you'd become the kind man you used to be. But to someone who doesn't care about our anniversary, what would change by going abroad? That's why I canceled it. And how did you know it was canceled? They shouldn't have contacted you. Well, did you check the reservation to take your girlfriend? Like asking them to send the tickets to her address? No way! I mean, there's no girlfriend, right? Wow. Then, how did you know it was canceled? That is, they tried contacting you but couldn't, so they called me. Oh, how strange. I took out my phone and checked the call history. Look, no calls. So why did you say they couldn't reach me? How should I know? So, what did the travel agency say when they called? What was it about? That is, I forgot. Really, one strange thing after another. I didn't give your number to the travel agency. They shouldn't be calling you. You shouldn't cancel the reservation without telling me. So, you were planning to go with me? Really planning to go with me? When I pressed him, he clammed up. It was clear he had no intention of going with me. No way, right. And the destination was changed. How did you know that? When you changed the reservation, the price changed. They contacted me to cover the shortfall. Oh! Really, you're such a fool. If that was the case, you should have said something when you made the change. What an inattentive receptionist! The one lacking attentiveness is you, isn't it? When you first came, you were with your wife, but this time you were with a young woman, and you didn't even inform me about the price adjustment, she said. What a very attentive receptionist, isn't she? What the hell? If you're going to cheat, at least try not to get caught. No. Not cheating? Yeah, not cheating. The reason I changed the vacation destination was to surprise you. Oh, really? Then why were you with a young woman? I didn't know how to make the change, so she was helping me. Come on. You're trying to deceive me, aren't you? I'm not trying to deceive anyone. There's no way I'd be interested in another woman. Sure, you were planning to check out that high-rise with her, weren't you? Planning to kick me out and live with her? That's not true. I'm not cheating. I see. I let out a small sigh and pulled out my smartphone, launching a video. Here, take a look at this. What he saw was footage from the travel agency. Next to my husband was a young woman, leaning on him so close their faces nearly touched. And occasionally, my husband's arm was around her shoulder. Why do you have this? This is security camera footage from the travel agency. They contacted me, so I went down there. That's where they showed me the footage. Is that even allowed? You seem to forget. My dad is the CEO of a major corporation, and this travel agency is a subsidiary of his company. Nobody would say no to me. You never mentioned that. I don't have to report everything, do I? Just so you know, my father has many subsidiaries. No way. Not lying. And I have one more thing to tell you. What now? About your promotion to department head. Yeah. I had that canceled too. What? Why would you do that? Why would I promote someone who's thinking about living in a high-rise with another woman? I've already told everything to my dad. Rest assured. Rest assured? How can I? Well, you can't, can you? You think without you, I couldn't make it. But without me, you're the one who wouldn't survive. You got to be a manager and were about to be promoted to department head, all because I was there. And now, your affair is exposed. There's no way you can be at ease. What have you done? Oh, Dad was furious when I told him what his darling daughter had been put through. He knows all about your cheating. It's not cheating. It's all a misunderstanding. Oh? Not cheating means it's serious, right? If that's the case, you're definitely someone who shouldn't be forgiven. No, it's not like that. It's only you for me. Only me? And yet, you went to another woman on our anniversary? I didn't go to any woman. He seemed quite desperate. Almost on the verge of tears. If you didn't go to a woman or on a business trip, where were you then? I really was on a business trip. Still saying that. You do know I'm the daughter of your company's CEO, right? Do you think I wouldn't know if you were on a business trip? I called your boss, and he said there was no business trip. Plus, there wasn't anything scheduled for 3 days. If you weren't my husband, maybe your boss might have covered for you, but since I'm the CEO's daughter, lying wasn't an option. Well, how about it? No escape, right? Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry means you admit it. Yeah, I admit it. So, why did you cheat? It's just, sometimes, I want something different. Snacking around, you mean? Yeah, just that. Playing around with women with such feelings. And you've been calling me useless? I never said you were useless. You said it, didn't you? Useless wife, dumb wife, every chance you got. I'm sorry. I got too carried away. I can't forgive someone like you. Please forgive me, it was just a moment of folly. There's no way I can forgive you. So, I'm canceling it. What? What are you canceling? Your position as an employee. An employee? Wait, what? You're fired. If you do that, you'll be in trouble too, you know? I won't be in trouble. Why not? Because I'm going back to my parents' house for a while. Don't say things like that. My husband tried to stop me, but after exposing everything, I no longer wanted to be by his side. So, I packed my bags and headed back to my parents' house. When I got there, my parents welcomed me with open arms. My mother consoled me, saying I did well, but despite my strong front against my husband, I couldn't stop crying. A few days later, my husband called. "Nancy, I'm sorry. Please come back." "I'm not coming back. I can't sort out my feelings yet." "Don't say that. I've broken up with her." "Did you break it off?" "No, she did." "Why's that?" "Because the vacation got canceled, and we couldn't live in the high-rise anymore." "So, you were planning to live with her?" "Yeah. Well, I planned to take the high-rise after we split." "You thought it would go that smoothly?" "I thought of it as part of the divorce settlement." "You knew that high-rise belonged to my dad, didn't you?" "I hadn't thought that far." "You're not just dumb, you're utterly incompetent, aren't you?" "Maybe I am." "So, it was just the high-rise and the vacation that made her leave?" "No, when I said I might get fired and lose my promotion, she called me worthless." "Worthless?" "Spot on, isn't it? And she said I had no appeal as a man." "I'm in shock. I might not recover from this." "If you can't stand up, why not sit down? If you can't recover..." "Don't joke like that. I'm really finished. Please, I'm begging you, don't fire me. I'll dedicate myself to you from now on." Seeing him begging desperately, I started to feel maybe I should forgive him. That thought crossed my mind. "Hey, it was just a bit of folly. Please, I love only you." "Is that true? Can you promise never to cheat again?" The Buddha within my heart appeared. I was irritated because I loved him, and that's why I drove him to this point. I've been crying since returning to my parents' house because I was betrayed by the man I loved. Maybe it's worth giving it another shot. "All right, if you're truly remorseful, I'll forgive you this once. But I won't be coming back right away. I'll stay at my parents' house for a bit longer." "Yeah, I understand." "That's fine. Take care of everything at home." "Don't worry, take all the time you need to heal." Hearing his kind words for the first time in a while made me feel like we were truly a couple. "So, you're not going to fire me, right?" "Yeah. I'll talk to my dad about it." "Great. And while you're at it, could you also talk about my promotion?" Somehow, he sounded so happy. But if we could return to how things were, being happy was natural. Thinking this, I hung up and told my dad everything. My dad simply said, "I see." 3 months later, I decided to take a cooling-off period from my husband and stayed at my parents' house, but during that time, my husband had done something unbelievable. I learned about it from a report a detective handed to my father. "What this?" Holding the devastating report, I rushed to my husband's place. He panicked, not expecting me to return. Despite his shock, he spoke to me with the same kindness as before. "Nancy." "Why so suddenly?" "No, it's been a while." "Yes, indeed it's been a while. I'm surprised you never called since I didn't contact you." "That's because I thought calling you would make you feel pressured to come back sooner. That's my kindness for you." "So, that's your kindness, huh?" I walked around the house, looking around. "Wow, you've kept it pretty clean, haven't you?" "Yeah, of course. I've been cleaning and tidying up." "Looks like it. Do you have 4 feet, by any chance?" "What do you mean?" "There are 2 pairs of slippers, though." "Just forgot to put 1 pair away." "Really? Did you also get holes in your ears while I was gone?" Pointing at the table, there lay a pair of women's earrings. "Got a taste for cross-dressing, have we?" "What?" "Look, there's lingerie hanging in the yard. That bra and panties, too small for your butt, aren't they?" "No, yeah, that's right. Been feeling lonely lately, so I got into cross-dressing." "Really? And there are 2 coffee cups? And one is still warm, with lipstick on it. Wonder why that is." "That is..." It was clear my husband was flustered, trying to come up with some excuse. I proceeded to the next room and flung the door open. There stood a woman in an apron. "So, this is what's going on, huh?" "No, she's the housekeeper." "A housekeeper, huh? And here I thought you were doing all the housekeeping." "Well, I am, but just for the parts one can't manage. I asked for help." "And the lingerie? Isn't it bad if your housekeeper finds out about your cross-dressing hobby?" "No, I've told her everything, so it's all good." Struggling much, aren't we? I pulled an envelope from the detective agency out of my bag and spread its contents on the floor. The scattered reports showed photos of the two shopping together, drinking coffee in the yard, looking very much like a couple, arms entwined, all lovey-dovey. "This woman, she's the one, right? And she's the one you said you broke up with 3 months ago?" "Might be, I don't remember." "Didn't you say you'd never cheat again?" "It's not cheating, it's..." "If it's not cheating, then it must be serious, right?" "I'm sorry. It was just a lapse in judgment. Please forgive me." "That's enough, Tom. As for canceling your firing, consider it recanceled. Be prepared." "Don't say that." "Also, I'm canceling our marriage. Here's the divorce papers, sign them now." Faced with my fury, my husband, unable to say anything, reluctantly signed the divorce papers. Afterward, my ex-husband Tom was hit with a hefty alimony demand from me. Tom, now burdened with paying for that, came crying to me, unable to make the payments after losing his job. But my father would not tolerate such behavior, firing Tom and ordering him to pay up in full. He managed to pay off his debt by taking out loans, but then found himself without a place to live, living day by day. He eventually reached out to his parents in desperation, but having done such foolish things, they too refused to help, leaving him unsupported. He ended up in a rundown apartment, desperately searching for a job. However, finding employment proved difficult, and he is currently working at a store. One day, I ran into Tom during his shift, noticeably emaciated. Seeing my face, as if hoping for divine intervention, he shared his plight. "Just getting by on my part-time wages after paying off debts leaves me barely covering rent. I'm eating discarded food every day, but I'm feeling unwell. Please, help me. I'm about to collapse." "If you're about to collapse, why not find a new girlfriend to help you out?" I said, laughing as I filled a bag with sweets and left the store. Looking at me with a pitiful face, he must have thought, serves him right. As for me, I've been living a happy life every day. I've even found a new boyfriend recently. However, I'm constantly worried about being cheated on again, so it seems a long way to marriage.